Two line is 100.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome, all of you, to this webinar. So, what we will be doing for the next 1 hour is I'll be taking you through a presentation. Basically, it's a roadmap for all of you to start your own online coaching. So, what I will detail you about is how to find your niche, how to how to zero in on the course, create content for the course, where do you host that content, how do you market your course, and finally, can we do something extra? Can I get that branding required? Is what this session is all about. So, you will all be getting the recording of this session as well as the participation certificate. I'll be sharing the link at the later part of the session. So, for the next 1 hour, I've divided it in such a way that the first 5 minutes or maybe 7 minutes, I'll be taking you through a presentation about what we do at UpEducators to give you an idea of why we are conducting this webinar. Then we will dive into the roadmap, the step-by-step process on how do you start your own online journey. And then finally end with sharing the link for getting the certificate and Q&A too. My name is Nanjappa. I'll be the facilitator for this session. I'm a Google certified trainer and I've been handling online sessions for the last 4 years, where I started off with at UpEducators, we just started off with one course, but now we offer about 13 plus different courses. More about it as we move along. Again, as I told you, I will be sharing a presentation with you all. In between, I'll also tell you a few tools which you might need to note down, a few models that you might want to follow. So please make sure that you note down. So let's start with the presentation now. Please feel free to stop me and ask questions if you have any. So let's start with the presentation. As I told you, the first 5 to 7 minutes would be about what we do at UpEducators. So let's start today's webinar. What we do at UpEducators is basically we upgrade and uh, make sure that all our participants, that is our niche is teacher training. So with a lot of new tools coming in, it could be AI or it could be various other digital tools which are coming in, how it will benefit an educator is what we do at Up Educators. So for this, we have tied up with lot many organizations. One is we are a Google for Education partner. We have tied up with Government of India through which we offer different courses through the Skill India NASCOM platform. We have also tied up with STEM. We offer courses on STEM and Intel too. And finally, I think one of the highlights that we have done is we have tied up with Cambridge International Education, because you are seeing that a lot of schools now are getting affiliated to the Cambridge curriculum. So we offer the CICTL and the CIDTL programs too. Now, moving ahead, why or what, what we do at Up Educators. We are India's leading teacher training center, and all our courses that we offer are instructor-led training, where we upskill teachers with the latest 21st century pedagogy and basically to make learning interesting for our students. So here, as we move ahead, a few more things, and then we will surely look at what are the challenges, what are the advantages, all that. So we have had about 20,000 plus schools and colleges who have been associated with Up Educators across different countries. We are India's largest teacher community, teacher training community, or other teacher community on social media with 5 lakh plus followers. And we are at 4.8 rating on Google. A very important bit of information here, because we will be touching upon this in this webinar too, why this rating is necessary. We also organize Olympiads for different subject teachers. So mainly it is to give a platform for the teachers where they can interact with colleagues of the same fraternity, or rather same subject. So we have Science Teachers Olympiad, where all the science teachers who have enrolled come together and then they share different ideas, they get trained, and finally they need to present a lesson plan. So based on that, prizes are given, all that. We are also into teacher training, mainly Google and Intel, where we are training a lot of teachers. If any of your school want your teachers to be trained on maybe the Google Super Search or the Gemini, we are here to help you out. Now, moving ahead, let's dive into the actual content of this webinar. Now here, let's keep this interactive. What do you think is fueling the growth of online teaching in India? Basically, the straight question is, why are you all here to attend this webinar? Because I'm sure you see there is some potential with regard to online teaching. So what do you think is fueling the growth of online teaching? Technology, okay. Anything else you want to add in? Let's look at a few of them. So let's keep this interactive. Please make sure that you can unmute and ask, tell answers, or you can type it in the chat window also. I see convenience, I see skill-based jobs which are there, accessibility for, you're not restricted to the geographical area, new skills. Let's see a few that I've listed. One is the change in the mindset of the parents and teachers too, or other students too, right? Next is you're seeing that internet penetration has increased thanks to the pandemic, I would say, and even laptop and computer ownership. Now it has increased. And again, if a student wants to join the class, They don't need to have a laptop as such. A smartphone is good enough for them to attend the sessions. The convenience part, which you all mentioned, right? Um, so traffic and security are becoming issues. Then you get students from across the globe. When we think of a regular offline coaching center, you are restricted to the particular geographical location. But now, when you go online, there is no restriction on or rather the geographical area from where you can get students. Then online teaching has become affordable. Yes, you get courses for $399, $499, Udemy, Coursera. There are a lot of websites. Convenience part also you mentioned. The last two is what I would want all of you to please look through. The last 2 points. Now it has become very easy for you to start your own online course. I would say if you have a laptop and a good internet connection, no other investment is required because we will learn the tools also, how you can do that. And then it's become very easy to launch a niche course. You'll be hearing about this particular term, niche, okay, as we move ahead, maybe the next 2-3 slides. Now, what do I mean by a niche course? Now, say one of you who's got good experience in training students to maybe take up the board exams. That could be your niche, right? So you can say, I'm going to start an online course where I'm going to handle or focus on 9th and 10th standard students whom I will prepare for the board exams. Now, one of you might say, I'm very good at communication skills. So let me start a course on effective speaking or public speaking, right? So that could be the niche. Now, say one of you would have done phonics. So yes, you can start a course on phonics too. So this is meant by the niche. And I'm sure all of you have that particular course or skill set in hand. Now, these are some of the advantages, I would say. Now, let's look at the challenges. Here again, I would want your inputs. What do you think are the challenges when you want to go online or start your own online course? It would be nice if you can list out the challenges that you have or challenges that a person could face. Okay, the tools, the topic, how do you find students online? Okay, the internet connection. We need to get proper training. Okay, what are the AI tools, time constraint? Okay, so let's look at a few of the challenges. I think most of it you're already mentioning. Difficulty in getting admissions. Then the next thing, how to use the digital tools to create engaging and interactive classes. Then I have got the content, I have got my presentations, notes, all that. Where do I put it? How do I share it with my students? Is WhatsApp enough? Or do I need to think of some other software? Lack of technological understanding. Now you people are talking about Gemini, people are talking about Notebook LM. What is this? Then do I know all these things? Okay, confidence also I see. And getting the trust of parents and students. This is a very important thing. We will see how to earn the trust also. And of course, the hardware part of it, where you need to have what kind of laptop you need to buy, what is the configuration, how speed do we need to have the internet connection, all that. So these are the challenges that we generally face. And for the next half an hour, I will be taking you through a step-by-step process, I would say of 6 or rather a 5-step process on overcoming most of these challenges. Okay, so let's start off. Now, basically, why are we conducting this particular webinar? Few things are mentioned here in the points, but again, what I want to tell you all is We started in the year 2021 with just one course, Google Certified Educator Program. But now we have actually not 9 plus, we have got about 13 plus courses across different topics. It could be STEM, it could be Montessori, it could be early ECCE, it could be AI for school leaders, advanced AI course, all this. Okay. Now, all these courses that we run are totally online. It's not recorded content. Please note, it is not recorded content. It is all instructor-led training content. Something like what is happening now, where the instructor demonstrates, takes sessions, and the participants also practice with us. And we give notes, we give assignments, we make sure that it is corrected. And at the end, we give a certificate also. Now we are totally online. And actually the team, now I am based in Coorg, Karnataka. I'm conducting this webinar from my own place. Okay. So that means one more thing is all the team members who are associated with Up Educators are spread across India. The backend team is spread across India. The whole setup is totally online. So we thought, why don't we crystallize what we have learned for the next 4 years, for the past 4 years into a webinar and ultimately a course also that we conduct. So that's the idea behind having this webinar. Now now I think you might need to make a few notes if you want to have it, okay? Because I'll be taking you through the step-by-step process. And again, I will be mentioning a few tools also. Now, as we start designing or planning to start our own online journey, the step one is to find a profitable course. Then we need to design the curriculum for that course. I'll be taking you a little more in detail of each of these steps, but first let me quickly let's glance through what are those 6 steps. You think of a course, design the curriculum for the course, use the AI tools and create resources for that course, take all the resources, put it in a LMS, then finally promote the course, the digital marketing part. And then step 6 is something interesting. We will come to it a little later. So let's look at each one of them in detail. Now, the step 1 is to find a profitable course. Now, with this, as I told you, you need to identify your niche. Now, it's not just one course that you need to think of. It could be 3, 2, 3, 4, anything, okay? But not more than 5, surely, because a big, a wide bouquet of courses, you might get distracted because a lot of work goes into designing those courses also. Now here, why do I need to identify my niche? Because one is we'll be very strong in that. The next is the demand of the students will surely be there. Less competition because you're confident about the skills that you have. Now, an experienced teacher here who's been handling, say, grade 9 and 10, as I told you, you can start a course specifically on a subject, say mathematics, if you're a mathematics teacher, preparing them for the board exams. Now, teacher here who's good at, say, maybe helping students with the entrance exam might start a course on NEET, JEE, all this. Okay. Now, at college level, yes, there are a lot of courses. Maybe communication skills is something which you can think of, or even the subject that you are handling, that could be one of them. Then maybe a course about the latest AI tools. If you are tech savvy, then maybe you can guide them on what are the latest tools that you have, which the students need to learn to increase their employability, right? So you need to first identify a profitable course. That is step 1. As I told you, you please don't limit it to 1 or 2 courses, right? Foreign language, wonderful, yes. Okay, now let's see how to find a profitable course. Now, one of the things that you can do is use a software called Google Trends. Okay, Google Trends. Now, what is this software about? It is mainly to validate the course that you have in mind. Now, say I see one of the messages, Soumya ma'am says, foreign language. Say you want to start a course on Spanish, right? So you have that thought in mind. You're very good in teaching Spanish, but are there people who are interested to learn this Spanish? So how do we do it? You need to go into Google Trends and explore this particular software or tool to check whether people are searching for this. So what basically Google Trends does is, whatever people in India are searching for, it will give you a graph. Now, one of you might say, I'm very good at public speaking, so let me start a course. So you can check using that keyword public speaking whether people are really looking for it. Okay, it'll give you state-wise also. So use Google Trends to validate the course that you have in mind. Now, once you have decided on the course, as I told you, it could be 1, 2, 3, 4 courses that you have in mind. Next step is to design the course. With designing the course, I mean designing the curriculum, the topics, the lesson plan, all that. Now, do I need to sit through and type all this? No. This is where I think you will have to take the help of different AI tools. I hope all of you are using ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, right? Hope none of you are, missing on this. So make sure that you use your favorite AI tool, okay, and start designing the framework. Now, when you're designing the framework, okay, so there are a couple of models which you can use. That is mainly used by instructional designers, that is people who design curriculums. Now, what are the tools, or rather the models that you can use? There is a model called ADDIE. Okay, ADDIE is an acronym. A stands for analysis. So that means when you want to start a course, you first analyze what is it that you're addressing? What is the problem that you're addressing through this course? Say one of you said English grammar. I know many of us are not very comfortable or can understand the grammar part very easily. So if you start a course, now that could be your niche. So you analyze, okay, I see that a lot of children are struggling with English grammar. Let me start a course. That is analysis. D is design. Design the course, design the curriculum. So here you need to think of how many days in a week are you going to handle? What is the total duration? Is it 3 months, 4 months, 6 months? And then finally, how many hours per day are you going to handle a session? I mean, if you think of a 6 months course where you're taking classes 3 days in a week and each session is 1.5 hours. So this is what you need to finalize. Okay, that is the, as I was explaining to you, the ADDIE model. A is analysis, D is design. Then you develop the curriculum, D develop. Then you implement it. Either you take classes, you give sessions where you give demo classes, free classes, all that. And then finally, the E stands for evaluate. Get feedback, improve upon it, and continue the process. So step 1 is to look at the niche, then design your course. Now the step 3, okay, you've decided on the course, you've decided or you've developed the curriculum for that course. The next step is to create those resources. Because if it is just creating the curriculum, that's not enough, right? So you would want to take classes. So when you want to take classes, are you going to use presentations? Are you going to make videos? Notes that you want to share, is it ready? Assignments, what are the kind of assignments that you're going to give your students? So step 3 would be all of this. Here again, make use of the AI tools that are available to you. So if you want to maybe create a lesson plan, yes, AI tool will help you do that. Now, if you want to create a presentation, right? So there is a tool called Gamma through which you can create wonderful presentations. There are other tools too. There is Canva also through which you can create presentations. Now, I think ChatGPT, Gemini, they all give you options where you can create presentations. Then you want to create a quiz. How do we do it? There are tools like Google Forms, Kahoot, which you need to learn and create those quizzes. Now comes the interesting part, simulations or games that you want to conduct or rather create it, right? Now, a science teacher, now what are simulations? Now, a science teacher who is good in explaining concepts might want to create a experiment or rather show an experiment for the students. If it was offline class, all the students would have been around and the teacher would have explained it wonderfully. Now, when we go online, how do we do it? If I keep a camera, can I explain things? Or are there tools through which you can do it? Yes. There is a software called PhET through which you can access lot of simulations. Okay. Now, what are the games that you can conduct? Let me show you one example. So here, I'm just showing you one of the examples that has been created through Gemini. Okay. This is a game in mathematics. So as the teacher is explaining, say addition, I've kept it very simple. So the teacher can create a game like this. So it's a tug of war kind of game where it's interactive too. You can ask the student, okay, student of, let's say, you create two teams and ask them to answer it. If they are, as they are answering it, answering correctly, you will see that the rope moves. So as this team answers, it moves to the other side. Okay, so something like this can be created. Now the next one, you can create a 3D model of an atom. I'll also give you how I have created it. Okay, what option did I use to create this? So here I can explain and show them a 360-degree view of this whole thing, the atoms. Okay, I can create a interactive lesson. I can create a, let me show you this for the language teachers. Okay, so where I've got a lesson here and where I've added videos here, text is there. Okay, I can create a lesson plan. A complete interactive lesson. So I'll show you one more option here where I'll show you the flashcards which can be created. Let me make sure that I've shared the sound with you all. Yeah. So a language teacher can
A से अनार,
create something like this. So,
री से ऋषि,
okay. So something like
ऐन,
this
ए
can
से
be
ऐनक,
created. And all this was created using Google Gemini. Okay, it is just by giving a prompt. So we can create those resources that I've shown to you. It could be simulation, it could be the quizzes, all that, and keep that content ready. So hope it is clear. Now the step one, quick recap. Step one is to find your niche, decide on the course. Step two is to design the curriculum or the framework for the course. Step three is to create all the resources that you would need, presentations, assignments, games, simulations, all this, keep it ready. Now I saw one of the questions here. Okay, we have content, we have created the content. Where shall we put this content? Very good question. Is WhatsApp enough? Now, I know that many of us in the initial times, we use WhatsApp itself because free to use, right? So can I put all this content on WhatsApp, create groups of my students and do it? Is that enough? Let's look at it. So basically what we want is a LMS, okay? A teaching app. Now there is a wonderful tool which is totally free where you can create your own LMS. And in this LMS, I think I have a demonstration. Yeah. So this is how you can create an LMS. So basically, these are the different topics. Chapter 2, nutrition of animals. Under that, we can create assignments. Okay. You get to know how many people have submitted the assignments. Notes are put out there. A Google Drive file has been uploaded. Okay. So like this, I can create all these chapters, which are called as topics. And this is how you can store all the information that you have created. Okay. Now, what is this tool? Nothing but Google Classroom. Free to use. Okay. Now, using this Google Classroom, you can put out the content and make sure that people who have enrolled with you only are given access to that classroom. Yeah. So, and one more thing, one specialty with Google Classroom, there are two things rather. One is because you can integrate it with Google Calendar, you can create a timetable for your students where they can go to the app, that is Google Classroom, on their phone, open the calendar, and they can see the day-wise timetable. They just need to click on the class, say tomorrow, 9:30 there is a class. They go there, click on that box which comes at 9:30, and they will be directly able to log into the class. So you don't need to share the meeting ID each and every time. The second thing is you can tell your students download. If you join the course with me, I'll give you an app where all the information, notifications, then the calendar, that is the timetable, the topics, the assignments, marks, everything is available through an app. That is nothing but Google Classroom. Okay. Now that is what you need to do. That is to look at the tools through which you can set up your own LMS. Now we also need to have a website because slowly we will move towards the marketing part. So you develop the content in step 3. Now you have uploaded the content into an LMS. Few things that you need is, one is a website, right? So when you say I'm taking online classes, if you have a website, it's one of the best things. It adds to your credibility too. Now, you might say, I don't know programming. I don't know HTML, Java, not required. Now with the tools that are available, it could be vibe coding. That is just by giving a prompt, you can create a web page. You can copy the content from there, put it in Google Sites. So Google Sites is a tool through which you can create your own website. Okay. And also you need to create a payment gateway, right? So we have put in so much of hard work. We need to start earning money, right? So how do we do it? Now, very simple way. You can use Google Forms. You can upload the picture or the QR code of your UPI ID. Below that, there is an upload option where people can directly scan it, pay it, take a screenshot of it, upload it, and you get it in a Excel sheet. How many people have paid, how much is paid, all those details, you will be able to get it. Okay. So this is what you need to do. Now, the next step, we go into the marketing part because the content is ready now. We need to start marketing of the course. Now, do you think traditional method would be okay? The traditional method of maybe printing out brochures, flyers, putting out banners? No, right? Then how do you think you can promote something online? Let me ask you another question. How did you get to know about this webinar? How did you all get to know about Up Educators or this webinar? That is the social media marketing, right? So yes, so many of you are mentioning, how did you get to know about this webinar? So that means the Up Educators digital marketing team is very strong, right? So what do we do? How do we do this? So one is the organic way of marketing it, which most of us do, spending zero money, no amount. You just create maybe a brochure or a poster. Now, you know AI tools, how you can do it too. And then share it with your family, friends, ask them to make it viral. Would this help? Yes, maybe to get the first batch. But then after that, how do we reach out to people? So this is where the paid marketing or your online presence matters a lot. So with the online presence, I mean, it's just not social media accounts. Okay. It is just not social media accounts. You need to have a website, and I gave you the tool sites through which you can create your own website. And the second most important thing is having a Google business page. Now, what is Google business page? I'm sure all of you would have accessed this, right? So when you want to go to a new restaurant, or now the holiday season, you want to travel, you want to go to a very nice resort, you would surely want to check their reviews, right? You want to check their ratings. Now, where do you go? When you search on Google, what comes on the right side of your page or the reviews which you go and check is nothing but the Google business page. This is free to create. And I've had a student or a participant in one of the batches who, after learning Google business page, started earning 5,000 rupees in the first week of learning this, just by creating business pages, Google business pages for the businesses around our house. Because any place needs a Google business page. And if you have a Google business page, it will help you go higher in the search also. Okay. So two things for your online presence: website, Google business page. And then, of course, you need to have the social media profiles, Instagram, Facebook, all this. Now, what's the advantage? You can do targeted advertising. Now, your course is specially for students who are in the 9th and 10th standard. You can make sure that the ad that you prepare or put it out is shown to only the parents who have got children who are in the 15 to or 14, 15, 16 age group, who are studying in an ICSE school if you are handling the ICSE curriculum. Okay. In a particular location. Yes. So this is how you can target, but this is not free. You need to pay for it. Now, is it very expensive? No, you can start from as low as 200, 250 rupees too. Now with this, what happens? You can reach a wider audience. These are the kind of ads which you can design, and you go for paid Facebook and Instagram marketing. Okay. Now with this, now this is a screen which comes on the Facebook ads. So you can create an audience, all that. Okay. Now, once you do that, now your question might be, how do I design an ad? I know the process of putting out an ad. How do you design an ad? Ad should be designed with a wonderful tool called Canva. Very easy to use. And especially now with Canva AI 2.0 coming in, just by giving a prompt, you can design your logo, you can design your brochure, you can design presentations also. Learn this particular tool called Canva. Yeah. So moving ahead, how to give a prompt. Yeah. Okay. That's one of the things that we that you all need to learn the art of prompting. Okay, there are various frameworks that are there. There is a framework from Google, there is a framework from Intel also. How do you give a good prompt? If you are not able to learn the process, then you have a course, an AI course for educators. So that could be one of the courses that you can take. Okay, now another important thing, once you have started with a batch, make sure that you collect those reviews, collect those feedback, especially online. So it could be through the Google business page. So you know that people put out, or students, you can ask them to rate your the course, maybe 4.8, 4.9, 5 rating, and then ask them to type in their feedback, because that is what people are going to check through. Yeah. So this is how you can market. And another important aspect is to design a good demo class or a webinar. Now, is there a tool to do that? Yes, there is a very popular tool called Nearpod. So using this particular tool, you can design a very good demo class. Okay. So generally demo class and webinars are given to popularize your course, to give the participants a taste of what they can expect if they want to join the program, when they join the program. Okay. So this is how then we have referral marketing strategies, all that. Now, coming to the most important part here, I'll leave this particular webinar. Okay, I'll first complete this. You also need to create a sales page. Okay, a sales page. Now, what do I mean by a sales page? Now, you've done your marketing, then you get a call from a parent. I want to put my child with you. Can you explain what you offer? So that means you need to be prepared with that 30-second pitch where you explain what exactly you do, how are you different from the others, why should the parent, basically, why should the parent put the child under you? So create a sales pitch. Okay. Now, this is where you can take the help of AI tools. It'll give you a wonderful sales pitch, but put in your inputs there. Don't do a copy paste. Okay. Now I leave you all with a question. What is the, now we all discussed about starting a course, all that. Now say tomorrow you have a student or a parent who is inquired. They ask you, ma'am, what is your fees? Right? So have you all thought of how much you're going to charge for 1 hour duration of your program class? Okay, think about it. So it could be, some of you might say, I might charge 200. Some of you might say, no, it is too less. 600 is what I'm going to charge. Some of you might say, no, my course is a very niche course. I'm going to charge 1,000 rupees. Okay. There is no one right or wrong answer. Okay. So you can think of. Now, again, the next question is, what if there are 3-4 students in the batch? Are you still going to charge 300,000? Or are you going to start less and move up as you start getting the students? Okay, think about this. Now, let's move on. What are the other things? One is you need to think or learn about what's a business account. Okay. Now, the advantage here is, one of the major advantages that we have, the most popular social media tools which are there, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, are all owned by the same company, Meta. So if you want to advertise on Facebook, you can easily link it to Instagram. So ad comes on Instagram, or you can have a response which you get through WhatsApp also. Okay, we need to learn the process. Now comes one of the most important things. How do you increase your visibility through branding? Okay. So actually Google offers a wonderful course which is called as Google Certified Educator Program. They have got level 1, level 2, all that, but level 1 should be good enough for all of you to get, learn the digital tools plus get yourself certified. Now, how does this benefit? Now, when you say, I am a Google certified educator. I am certified to handle online classes. So that means you know the tools. It could be Google Meet, it could be Zoom, it could be Classroom. So you learn all these tools. So this is an exam which is conducted from Google. It's an online examination, 3 hours, quite easy to clear the exam, and you get certified from Google. That increases your brand image, visibility, and the trust also. Okay, now this is a Google business page example where you can put out the website, all that. Okay, now let me skip all this. Okay, now comes a little bit of marketing from my side. And then after that, I will also share the link with you all to get the certificate for this webinar, and I'll be open for Q&A. What all I have explained, the 5 steps that I explained to you, we offer a course on that. It's a 5-week instructor-led training program that we offer, where you learn about the various tools. It could be Notebook LM, it could be how do you give a prompt, how do you store information, how do you design your own website, how do you market. All that is included in this 5 weeks program. After that, you also get a 5 weeks training program on the Google certification part. But there are 10 plus assignments that needs to be done, mainly to make sure that the recall is there and you try and submit those assignments to learn the tools better. You get access to 5 master classes also. Then recording of the sessions is provided for you. In case you miss a session, not to worry, the recording of this session is there and it is available to you for 1 year's duration. Plus, you get 2 certificates. One, a certificate of completion from UpEducators. Plus, once you take up the exam from Google and clear it, you get a Google Certified Educator Level 1 certificate also. Now, basically, why we run this course is to make you not dependent on a platform. I know there are various other platforms where you can join as an online teacher, perfectly fine. But then those students are not yours, right? So maybe you might need to give a part of this to that company too. Whereas here, you build the whole thing and it is just once that you need to build. After that, reuse it. Okay. Now we have a course. Okay. So this is the batch details. They are going to start the next batch on 29th of May. It is held 3 days in a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 to 10. Okay, 8:30 to 10, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So the total course fees is 11,900 plus GST. The Google Certified Educator Program, that is 5 weeks of online teaching, 5 weeks of Google part. Google part is free. We have an offer going on. You don't need to pay for the exam, neither the course fees also. Okay, I'll share the link a little later. So contact details, all that. So I'm just, maybe the next 2 minutes, I'm going to take you through what are the other courses that we offer. One is a Google Certified Educator Program. Then we have AI course for educational leaders. So if you are a school leader, a principal, academic head, part of the management, I think this is one of the course that you need to join. AI course for educational leadership. We also have advanced AI course for teachers. Okay. Then we have an online teaching course for educators. We also have the CICTL program, STEM and robotics program also. Plus, we have early childhood education certification programs. All these are online programs that we offer. Yeah. Okay. So first thing, that's it for the session today. I'll take a few questions if you have any. First thing is, let me know, how did you find this webinar? Hope I've been able to add value to the time spent today. If you're happy with the webinar that we just conducted, I mean that you just attended, there is a Google review link that I've pasted. Please click on the link and put in your comments. I will also share. Yes, Geetika ma'am, we will be having hands-on practice in the courses that we offer. It was just a trailer on because shortage of time. I just try to cover as much as possible, basically to give you a roadmap on how do you start your own online journey. Okay. Now, the link that I've shared now, online teaching webinar link to get the certificate, make sure that you click on the link, fill it up. You should be getting the certificate in a while. I'll share it once again. I'll delete it. Just give me a minute. I will share the link once again. Yes, I've shared it now. Please make sure that you click, fill out the form that comes up and submit it. So if you're interested to do the course also, you can fill up the details in the same form. We will get back to you. I'm posting it once again. Please make sure that you click, fill out the form, and you should be able to get your certificate. Now, that's it for the session today. I'll be here to take questions. If any of you want to log out, good night. Hope this session has been useful for you all. But please don't forget to fill out the form. That is the way with which you can get the certificate. Okay, Sarah ma'am, can we quickly recall the 5 stages discussed today? Step 1 is to find your niche. Think of the course, okay? The course that you want to start. Now, the step 2 is to design the framework for that course, the curriculum for that course. Step 3 is to, Ramesh sir, please fill out the form. We can reach out, okay? We have some offers also going on. Step 3 is to design the content for that course. It could be presentations that you want to create, assignments, all that needs to be created. That is step 3. Step 4 is hosting this. Where do you take all this content and put it where? Where do you put that? That is design your own LMS. Now you design the course, design the content, all that is ready. Now the last step is to market the course, right? So yes, you can market the course. For that, you need to learn Google business page, website. You need to have your own website. You need to think of how do you advertise on Facebook, Instagram, all that. Okay. Learn Canva also. And then finally, get yourself branded through the Google Certified Educator Program. Okay. Yes. Usha ma'am, you can reach out to me. I'll give you the number. Yeah, I've shared the number, ma'am. If any of you have questions, please feel free to ask me, but make sure that you fill out this form. I've shared the link once again. I will also share the Google review link. So any of you want to leave your comments about this webinar, please do so. And if any of you want to ask questions, please feel free to do it. Otherwise, if you want to log out, good night. And thank you for attending this webinar. Okay, are there questions? No questions? Okay, can we Can we log out then? Hope all of you have filled out the form. On any one of the topics? No, ma'am. You need to attend the session. Nisha, ma'am, no problem. Okay, you will be able to cope up also even if you are not very good technically. Mrs. Pillai, I have shared the link. Okay, are there any questions? Recording of the session, ma'am, you need to fill out the form and you will get the recording of the session as well as the participation certificate. We have a webinar on AI also. So if you are keen to learn the AI tools, make sure that you attend it.
So, hello. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm audible, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So,
Mr.
may I know when? Okay. Okay. Good evening, sir. How are you?
Fine, sir.
Okay. All right, sir. So, I do have one question. That the AI webinar, when you are going to hold that AI webinar? Actually, I'm very keen to attend that one. And
Okay.
right now, I am just going through the IB teachers. So, like, I'm IB facilitator right now. So the thing is, I want to just more deeply learn about the AI thing so that I should implement that thing for my strategy to change my strategy to work on the curriculum and to work on the like for the betterment of the students.
Yeah.
So I should like to attend that one, and I would like to just take some suggestions from it that what should learn further to get more engaging of the classes and to more interactive and more attractive of the classes.
Okay, sir.
So do you have any suggestions, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So one of the things is, see, you just fill out the form because any webinars that we conduct, no, we will make sure that information is sent to you. Okay. I think you need to attend the
All right.
webinar on the AI tools. It's a very interesting
Okay.
thing. You need to learn different things like Gemini Canvas, Notebook LM, then even the new updates of Google, which is there, that is
Mhm.
Flow Music, all that is really wonderful for a teacher.
Okay. All right. So, and like I would like to need some more information about the like. Are you also engaged with the IB curriculum, like International Baccalaureate, sir?
Okay. No, sir. We don't conduct a training program as such for the IB stream, but
Mm-hmm.
what we teach in it could be the AI course or I mean mainly the AI course now will surely be helpful for you, sir, because
All
what we
right.
teach is with regard to how the AI tool can be utilized by a teacher, not a generalized thing, because many of the courses where they teach about AI tools. No, it could be used by a teacher. It could be used somebody who is working in the office, a
Mm-hmm.
software professional, all that, right? So all the
Yes.
courses that we have is specific to the teachers. How how a teacher can create simulations, how a teacher can use this to create a workflow. Can we design a complete, say, the annual day program using an AI
Mm-hmm.
tool, like
Mm-hmm.
create events, say create a, uh data presentation using these AI
Mm-hmm.
tools. Okay, you will be learning about
Okay.
those.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for the information, sir.
Thank you. Okay, then we'll close for today. Thank you.
Okay. Welcome, sir.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Good night. Good night, all of you.
Good.
Good night, sir.
Yeah. Kamartaj, ma'am, sir, the course, the CICTL program which you are telling, no, for that you need to take up an exam. It is mainly to get yourself certified by Cambridge.
No, sir. I am telling about when we attend the webinar in full, we will get the participation certificate. We attended the webinar full, but I didn't receive any certificates because
Hope
we
you have
didn't
filled out the form.
link. No, we didn't receive any link.
No, ma'am. That should have been shared at the end of the session.
No, I didn't get. That's why. If I had
Okay.
got it, if I wouldn't have asked you, no, sir. That's why, because I sent email to 3 people also, no response comes.
No, you do one thing, ma'am. Just fill out the form only, the same form that I've shared
Okay.
again, and
Okay.
make sure that at the end you mention your query.
Okay.
Remarks column, right? So you put in your query.
Okay. 1 minute, sir.
Okay, then we will close for today. Thank you. Good night, all of you.